Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my 2022 beauty favorites and like my recommendations for the products you should check out for 2023. I did a poll if you guys wanted to see this on my community tab and most of you said yes, so I felt like I couldn't not, even though it is so late at this point. Like, it's already the second week of January, but I have a lot of good products here and I couldn't quite remember what I had talked about last year, so I had to go back to my other video, but I still stand by all of those. So a lot of them are still products that I'm using. I just didn't want to be repetitive and talk about them again. So definitely check out my video from last year. I'll have it linked in the cards. I saw somebody else here on YouTube, can't remember her name, but I'll have her channel linked down below. She did kind of a video like this where it was like recommendations for 2023, all the products she loved in 2022, and like a lot of them were TikTok viral and stuff. A lot of these are TikTok viral, a lot of them I heard about from there. Anyways, definitely subscribe down below if you haven't already. Love to have you here. And we're going to start out with makeup, then I'll get into hair and everything else. I'll put timestamps in the description box and in the comments so you guys will know kind of like where to go if you're interested in one category more than another. Let's talk about lip products first. I really don't have a lot because so many of mine are repeats from last year that I talked about. I still love those. Like I said, go check out that video. But a few that I got into this year: lip liner. So my number one used lip liner has been the NYX lip pencil. They have some different lip liners, but this is like their OG formula. I have it in the shades Nude Beige and Nude Truffle. I've really been loving Nude Truffle lately because it's more of a brownie tone and it looks so good with so many different things. I'm obsessed. This formula is a little bit drier, so keep that in mind, but I do feel like it sticks around really nicely because of that and lasts on my lips, and it is super affordable. So that's been the thing for me, is even though I feel like I can go through lip liner kind of quickly, I don't really feel bad about it with these because they are so affordable. A lip product that went kind of viral on TikTok and just everywhere, I feel like, this year was the Merit Signature Lipstick. And Merit did send me a couple shades of this. They send me products from time to time. I really enjoy the brand in general. But the shade Slip is one of the shades they sent me and I really enjoyed it. And then I went online and saw a lot of other people talking about it. It's a very neutral kind of nude tone, and the formula of this lipstick is so unique and so thin and lightweight. It feels like you're wearing nothing, honestly, which is pretty rare for a lipstick like this because it is pretty pigmented. Like, it's not super thick and like really intense opacity, but it does have really nice pigment, yet it has that sheer lightweight feel to the lips. I'll swatch the shade Slip for you guys in case you haven't seen it, but it's just a really pretty neutral nude. And another lipstick that I discovered actually before the Merit one, and then I compared them when I got this one, and I kind of feel like it's a dupe. So I want to share this with you guys. I've talked about this on my channel before. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick in the shade Brazilian Tan. I've been obsessed. This has been my favorite nude lipstick for a while now, and when I saw that it was kind of a shade dupe or like very similar to the Merit one, I got really excited because it's a lot more affordable. And I really love this Revlon lip formula, even though I feel like it's not really a formula dupe for the Merit one. Both of them are beautiful formulas, but they are slightly different because the Revlon one is a little bit creamier and has a little bit more, like slightly more pigment on it, just with like one swipe. But I will swatch them next to each other so you guys can kind of see. The formula might kind of make the color come off slightly differently. I feel like on camera now, when I'm looking in the viewfinder, they're looking quite different, but in person, they're like, oh, so similar. So I might try to take a picture of the swatches in natural lighting, but I feel like it's partially the formula that is making it look a little bit different because, like I said, the Merit is a little bit more of a sheer formula, but I'm telling you guys, they're so similar. Definitely check out Brazilian Tan. I'll have the Amazon link down below. I think you can get it on Amazon still. I always do this at the beginning of my videos where I talk way too long and then I have to get through the rest of the products quicker because this video is going to be so long if I don't. Last lip products here, though, are a repeat from last year, but I wanted to mention because I have different lip products from the brand. I wanted to talk about Fawn Beauty because I feel like she popped off even more this year than last year, or more in 2022 than in 2021, and she came out with her lip oil. If you guys don't know who Katie Fawn is, She's one of my favorite people here on YouTube, and she has a brand, and I've been obsessed with the lip oil lately. She has this in different shades, but this one is in That's Amazing. It's a very milky, kind of baby pink, very sheer, but I love the formula. I also love the OG lip gloss formula. My favorite shade is a staple. This one is so, so beautiful. It looks good with like literally every makeup look, and I wear it a lot. Like, this is one of my most used lip products of 2022, especially the last half of the year, and I cannot get enough of this shade. It's basically similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick, but in a lip gloss form. It's opaque and creamy and glossy and just absolutely stunning. So definitely check out Fawn Beauty if you haven't. I had to recommend them again. We will quickly go over base because unfortunately my favorite base product here I've had some issues with lately, and this is the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. I talked about this in a vlog earlier last year, and you guys, I fell in love with this. Like, I've never had my skin look so good as I do with this product. Unfortunately, I've discovered recently that this gives me a really odd, like, mild reaction, but it's still slightly annoying. Basically, if I wear this for a full day, and then at the end of the day, or even sometimes after I take my makeup off for a little bit, I will have a very slight discomfort or itchiness along my jawline, like right here on my neck, basically underneath my jawline. It's so odd, and it doesn't make me break out at all. So I don't know what's up with that, because it's not painful, it's just slightly itchy, and it doesn't make me break out. But because of that, I don't wear this one very often, and when I do wear it, I try to wear it for like an evening instead of an entire day. Very sad about that. I wasn't sure what it was for a while, but then I discovered it was this. So I still recommend this if you don't have a sensitivity to it. It's so, so incredible. But the other two base products that I used, because that one was kind of giving me issues, were the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator and the Fenty Beauty Ease Drops. So both of these are incredible. They're slightly different. The Wet n Wild one is a little bit more dewy, but I feel like it has slightly, like a smidge more coverage. And then the Fenty one looks more skin-like, and it's a little bit more satin matte. It's like a very natural skin-like finish as opposed to being super dewy, which the Wet n Wild one isn't super dewy, but it has a little bit more of that dewy finish and all of that than the Fenty one. But this one looks so much like your skin. Like, it looks so natural. This is the one that I'm wearing today. I have like studio lights on me, so you're not going to be able to see truly how it looks in person, but it looks very natural and just lightweight and thin on the skin. It is a very thin product. Both of those I loved, and I use them interchangeably. Obviously, if you want something more affordable, the Wet n Wild one is like $6.99 or something like that. So yeah, both of those are really good though. Quickly want to mention the brushes that I used all year and haven't used anything else since I discovered them. The Makeup by Ariel and Morphe collab brush set. These are so, so good. I'm not going to ramble about them, but keep in mind, if you look them up and look at the price, if you're thinking about how each brush is priced individually, it's actually a really affordable brush set, even though you're paying a little bit more because you're buying them all at once. It's like a 12-piece set or something. You get a sponge with it as well, and these are the best brushes I've ever used, and they look so sleek. They're just incredible. I don't use anything else. So this is kind of a random order at this point. Blush. This blush has been probably my most used of the year. Is another TikTok viral product. Everyone and their mother has heard of this at this point. This is the Rare Beauty blush. I can never remember the name of these, but it's the one that comes in like the tube with the doe foot applicator. These are so, so pigmented. You need such a small amount. I tend to use a little more than some people because I like a lot of blush, but it's so beautiful, blends out beautifully, lasts forever, and has such a beautiful satin natural finish. You can make it a little more dewy if you mix in like a liquid highlight, which I really love to do. And then they also have a matte formula in this, so if you prefer a more matte blush, definitely check those out. But this was like the standout blush product for me this year, to be honest. But I also did have one other formula I want to mention that I used a lot as well, especially when I was in a rush and I just wanted to slap something on really quick for like a no makeup day. the Merit cheek colors. So these little cream blushes that look like this. My favorite shades are Beverly Hills and Terracotta. They have a really beautiful dewy look to the cheeks, but they last really well, and you can build them up or you can apply them a little bit more sheer, whatever you prefer. I just love Merit as a brand in general, and yeah, other than the Rare Beauty one, these were my most reached for blushes this year. My favorite brow product that I discovered this year, and I've used different things, but this is the standout product for me that I use all the time, the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is like a tinted brow gel with fibers in it, and this looks so good in your brows. Like, it fills them in on its own. I've never had another brow gel do that without clumping up. It just looks so natural in your brows, but at the same time, it kind of looks like you filled them in. It's crazy. I don't understand the science behind this. Even high-end brow gels that I've used don't compete with this. It's just phenomenal. I use it with a brow pencil or I'll use it on its own, and it does such a good job. I can't talk about this enough. And then the last couple makeup products are definitely more recent discoveries. So it's a little bit of a cheat, but you guys, I love them. I've been using them nonstop since I got them, so I just want to quickly mention them. First off, we have the Ilia Serum Concealer. Technically, I did try it before and really loved it, and I've been using it since I got it. It's such a natural serum-like concealer that still has really good coverage, but it looks so good on your skin, and I've been using it constantly. I have it in 2 shades. And then also the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. This is the only new mascara that I discovered this year and fell in love with. The others are all like ones I've loved for years, like the Lancome Monster Big, Essence Lash Princess. I love those mascaras, but this was like a new discovery for me, and I am kind of obsessed with a tubing mascara. I have it on my lashes right now. I also have a lash serum to share with you guys then. But just this mascara has been so good because it's lengthening and volumizing. I will say the first few times I used this, it was slightly clumpy. So it takes a few uses for it to get good, I will say that. But once I used it a few times, it really does add the volume that I want and lengthens my lashes as well. And I do really like the fact that it just comes off with warm water in little tubes. I really like how this one looks. I like that it's easy to remove, and so I have been using it a lot, but I still love the other mascaras that I've talked about for years as well. And then the last makeup product here is this Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow Perfector. This is a product that I got in a darker shade, and I have been using it kind of as like my bronzing product. So I actually have it on my skin today, and I know that you can't really tell with the lights shining on me right now because they're kind of washing me out, but in person, it adds a really nice subtle warmth and color to my face, and it blends out beautifully, but it still adds enough pigment to where I feel like it's actually bronzing my skin. So this one is in the shade Medium Deep Warm, and it's a really good shade for my skin tone personally. So I did want to mention that even though it is more recent. Oh, also you guys, almost forgot, I do have one more makeup product. This is a little mini of the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I want to say it's like the Flawless Filter Powder or something, but I can't remember the exact name. I'm sure you guys know though, it's talked about a lot. I picked up a mini size to try it out, and I got it in the shade Fair so that I could use it to kind of brighten my under eyes. And you guys, it does exactly that. I still love my Kosas one that I mentioned last year. It's my go-to powder, but this, if I want something that's going to brighten my under eyes a little bit and kind of add some more coverage instead of just setting my makeup in place, I really like this one. It's not too brightening or anything like that, but it does add a little bit of coverage. It sets everything beautifully, and I know that it's more recent, but I've been loving this one too, so I did want to mention it. I actually feel pretty bad that this video is going to be like an hour long because I can't talk faster, but I do want to quickly mention the lash serum that I talked about, the Babe Lash Essential Serum. This is so good. My lashes have gotten so long and thick. It's actually insane. I've never seen results like this before, and I know it can be a little bit of an investment, but TikTok really put me on, and like I couldn't resist. Like I just wanted long lashes so bad, so I am very glad that I picked this up, and I need to actually do a little restock because I'm pretty low on that. I'm going to get into hair products now because I know that a lot of you guys watch my channel for hair stuff. So many of my hair products though are the same as last year. Like I didn't try as many new products this year. So definitely check out last year's video. I do have one shampoo. The shampoo is not like curly hair specific. It's just one that I use because I have hard water. The Ion Purify Hard Water Shampoo, if you have hard water. This one is really good. It really strips and like cleanses your hair of any buildup or anything. So I always like kind of use this in conjunction with my other shampoos. I rotate it out. That is one that I definitely think is worth checking out if you have hard water. Can't do this video without talking about my JVN Complete Air Dry Cream. Obsessed. Truly such a good hair cream. One of my most used from this year since I've discovered it. And I'm very intrigued to try more products from the brand. Just such a good moisturizing but lightweight but still has good hold cream that just literally is the most perfect one and done hair product. It's incredible, and I feel like you can use this no matter what your hair type is, to be honest, because it is that lightweight, balmy almost kind of texture, but it still is incredible no matter what curl type you have too, I feel like. I know I'm hyping this up a lot, but I don't think I've heard someone say something bad about it yet. So let me know if you hate this, but I haven't heard any negative things about it. I think it's so good. And then a little bit more recent discovery, but I really have enjoyed this since I've gotten it. The Rizos Curls Refresh and Detangle Spray. I love the mister on this because it's so fine and it really distributes the product really well through your hair, especially for how creamy this is almost. It's definitely something that you don't want to overdo it on, but in a way that's kind of a good thing because if a little goes a long way, it lasts you longer and it's not like it weighs my hair down or anything like that. It's so moisturizing and I really like to use it more on wash days personally than as a refresh spray, but you could also use it to detangle or whatever, but it's definitely like the texture of like a very thin milky kind of leave-in. I also like the other products that I've tried from the brand, but those I haven't used as much. This one has been more of a staple in my routine lately, so definitely check out Rizos Curls. You guys know for hair oil I switch it out a lot, and last year I talked about the Pros one. I still love that one. I use it all the time, but other than that, and honestly maybe I've even used it slightly more this year, I feel like this is probably my most used in 2022, the Bread Hair Oil. This one is a little bit thinner and more lightweight, and I feel like I've been reaching for more lightweight products. I've been using less products in my hair this year, so this Bread Hair Oil has just been the perfect texture, and it smells like nerd candy, like Nerds, literally, identical. And I would know because I've been eating so many of those Nerds gummies, like it's bad. So it's crazy how identical it is, but the formula itself is really good as well. And yeah, I know it doesn't look like I've used a lot, but I use such a small amount of oil, you guys. And I have used my other oils this year too a lot. It's just, if I think of the one that I probably reached for the most, it would probably be the Bread one. Okay, mask. I still really love that Briogeo one that I talked about in last year's video. I feel like I used that one even a little bit more in 2022 than I did in 2021. But because I talked about it last year, I didn't want to be repetitive. And I wanted to talk about a new one that I've also really been loving, the Coco and Eve Sweet Repair. I love the packaging of this. I think it's so cute. This one is a thicker mask, so I do tend to use this one a little bit more as like a pre-shampoo mask, whereas I use the other one a lot as a post-shampoo mask in place of conditioner, if that makes sense. But either way, it's such a good mask and it's really moisturizing. It has a very faint light scent, but it's nothing overpowering, which is really nice if you're sensitive to smells. I definitely want to try out more things from Coco and Eve. I think I just have 2 more hair products left. I couldn't do this video without talking about my Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. The best dry shampoo I've ever used. I've talked about this so much this year at this point that it's getting a little bit excessive, but this is just, I don't know. There's so many things I could say, but I've tried a lot of dry shampoos in the last couple years, and this is like top tier, the best one I have tried yet. So the last hair product is something that I haven't heard about this specific product on TikTok, but I've heard so many people talk about rosemary for hair growth, and I have loved the Innate Life for a while. I have always loved their rosemary scalp treatment, but they did reformulate it into like an oil-based product. So I've been using this as a regular part of my routine, and pretty much every wash day before I shampoo, I will put this onto my scalp and massage it onto my scalp. And it's so good for your hair. It's their rosemary scalp treatment. It comes in a bottle like this, and then you open it and you have like a dropper, and it's really easy to apply to your scalp because of that. And like I said, I massage it in and let it sit for a while, and I do kind of feel like it has been helping because my hair has been growing like crazy. But yeah, I couldn't not mention this, and this is another one of those products that, like I said, I've been hearing about rosemary on TikTok a lot. Okay, I feel like my voice is gonna be like hoarse after this because it's getting to be so intense. But I do have a few skincare products. But first, I think I wanna talk about perfumes because I'm not doing a perfume favorites of 2022 video on my perfume channel. If you guys didn't know, I have a whole separate channel where I talk about fragrance. I'm obsessed with fragrance. So I figured I would talk about it in this video. I want to start out by talking about body spray. It was very, very easy for me to pick one because perfume is a little bit harder. I tend to wear perfume more often than body spray, but the body spray that I wore the most in 2022 by far is the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 68. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's the one that comes in this baby pink packaging. They also have the Cheirosa 40, which is a more of a bright pink. This scent is so good. It's basically kind of like a dupe for the Burberry Her perfume. And I thought of that the second I smelled it, but then later I did see people talking about it on TikTok as a dupe for Burberry Her. Personally though, I liked this one a little more than Burberry Her. I don't know what it is, but it was enough to where I ended up getting rid of my Burberry Her perfume. I decluttered it because I liked this one more, and I feel like it lasts and I reach for it more. It smells so good. I haven't worn it as much lately because I've been wearing my more rich wintertime, like vanilla type scents, but I'm gonna have to pick it up again because it's so good. I guess I can read you guys the notes since they're on the packaging. It has top notes of pink dragon fruit, lychee essence, middle notes of Brazilian jasmine, ocean air, and hibiscus, and base notes of sheer vanilla and sun musk. So very feminine and very beautiful. I got a lot of compliments on this one too. And then for perfumes, this was really, really hard for me to narrow down because I didn't want to talk about too many, but probably my favorite and also most unique perfume discovery this year would have to go to the Amouage Sunshine perfume. This was hard because I have a couple of others here that I am like really in love and obsessed with, but this was a little bit more of a recent discovery. The other ones have been around a little bit longer, and it's also the most like unique scent like out of these, and it is very niche, which this is a niche house, but it was worth it for me because oh my gosh, you guys, every time I smell this I get goosebumps. And I can't remember all the notes in here, but the ones that always stick out to me are almond, osmanthus, and white tobacco. It does have a lot of that almondy, slightly gourmand scent, but the osmanthus in this, I always say something about it translates like a dried apricot, like dried fruit. It's so interesting, and it kind of makes sense with the name. Like I think of like a sun-dried fruit. And then also you have that white tobacco, which is in here, but it's not polarizing. It's not too strong. It doesn't like throw me off. It doesn't smell masculine. It blends really beautifully with those other notes, and it has like a softness to it in my opinion, but it's so good. I could talk about this perfume forever. The other ones here are a little bit more like likable scents that I think a lot of people would love. This one I'm pretty positive I got in 2021, but it's one of my most worn perfumes of this year. I can't stop reaching for it the last few months because it just smells so incredible. The Valentino Donna Born in Roma. This is hyped up for a reason. It was TikTok viral, it was YouTube viral, it was everything viral because it literally smells so good and it lasts forever and it projects like crazy. I get so many compliments on this, and can't remember all the notes again, but there's bourbon vanilla, there's like black currant in here too, and it just smells so good. And then my last two perfume favorites, I couldn't not talk about my Kilian Princess perfume. This is the older packaging. They recently repackaged it, but it's still the same formulation as far as I know. This perfume is so incredible. It smells like marshmallow matcha tea with a little bit of like ginger and lemon in the opening, but when it dries down on your skin, you really get that fluffy marshmallow scent, and you kind of have that matcha tea coming through, and it almost starts to get a little bit like caramelized. Like I feel like in the dry down, you would maybe think there's a caramel note in here, but it smells so good. I feel like no one could say this doesn't smell good to them, even though it is a little bit more of a unique scent. It's so likable and girly and sweet, but like light and airy at the same time. I feel like you can't smell this and say it doesn't smell good. Even if it's not like your cup of tea, you can't say it doesn't smell appealing. Oh, it's so good. Kelly and Princess is one that they better never discontinue because I will repurchase this forever. Like, I have to have it in my collection. And then the last one I still only have in a travel size. I've been using a little bit sparingly because I know when I run out, I'm gonna need to go pick up a full bottle because I can't live without it. But I have so many perfumes that buying more perfumes, it's just like really hurting the bank account. So, but this is so good. This is the C by Giorgio Armani. Such a classic, been around forever. So many people have talked about this. It's very, very popular. And I feel like it's for good reason. It's so like intoxicating. And a lot of people say this gives them kind of like the scent of like wine in a perfume form, but with like vanilla, and like it's very sexy. And the first time I ever smelled this when I was younger and I was first getting into perfumes, I didn't really like it. But then when I was looking for a travel perfume for a night out, and I was like hours away from home, I was out with my friend and we were like shopping the whole day, and then we were gonna go out, and I didn't have a perfume with me, and I was like, I really wanna go just try a new like perfume, so I'm gonna pick up a travel spray. And for some reason, I was intrigued to smell C again, even though it had been years, and instantly I was obsessed. Instantly I was like, this is the hottest perfume I've ever smelled. Why do I not have this? Why did I not like this? I have some skincare and body care, and then I will end this ridiculously long video. A few products that I discovered this year that I can't live without. The Ordinary Niacinamide. I'm almost out of this. This is like my most used skincare product, most obsessed purchase, I feel like, when it comes to skincare this year. It's so good. It clears up my breakouts. It makes my skin soft and smooth. Something about this, if I feel like I'm having a bad skin day or a bad skin week, I just use this and I feel like my skin looks better instantly. Another product that did that for me this year was the Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty. This one is in the like pomegranate scent or something, and I do feel like the original is a little bit better. I still use this one sometimes, but the original is what really made like the transformative difference in my skin. But this is what I have and am going through right now, so I wanted to talk about it. Other than that, my face creams and moisturizers have been pretty like rotating, I guess. Like, I've been using different ones, so none of them have been like my all-time favorite, like huge obsessions really, except for this one specifically because I feel like it really clears up my skin. And then also another product that's a little bit more of a recent discovery. This is the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. It does separate because it's like there's oil and other things in here that separate, but when you shake it up like that, and I always do that before I use it, then it like mixes everything. This is one of those products that it just looks good no matter when I put it on. Like, I'll use it under my makeup during the day, I'll use it at night. Sometimes I use it as like a one and done product because I feel like it does everything that my skin kind of needs. So I've been using this a lot. Last year I talked about the Pharmacy Feeling Good serum, and I still love that, but I haven't repurchased it. It is really pricey. This one is too. But this and that Pharmacy Feeling Good serum, I think, are my two favorite serums that I've ever tried. Both of them are so good. So once I run out of this, I'm going to have to repurchase one because I feel like now that I've discovered a really good serum in my routine, I can't not have one. But anyways, a few random things. Deodorant, you guys, for me, it's still Native. Like, I'm obsessed. I've used them forever, but I did want to talk about a brand that I discovered earlier this year that I was using for months and I was loving it. And then I had a little bit of an issue, like a little bit of a sensitivity, I think, to baking soda, and even the Native deodorants were like making my underarms like itchy and rashy and weird. So I stopped for a while and started using the Native Sensitive formula, but then I went back to the original Native formula and now it's fine. But for some reason, I feel like this deodorant has a little bit more baking soda in it or something because it is causing me a little bit of sensitivity, so I haven't really been using it, but I still recommend it. I think it's so good. I never used to have a sensitivity to baking soda, so it never bothered me, and I really love this deodorant, and it's like half the price of the Native one. So sorry it took me so long to talk about what it actually is, but this is the Hey Humans natural deodorant. The coconut mint scent is absolutely incredible. Like, it smells so good, and they have other scents too, but this one is like a fresh, clean, minty, like natural, beautiful scent, and I definitely recommend Hey Humans if you have like no sensitivity to baking soda, but like I said, this one's also really affordable. Okay, the last random product here, and then I have 2 body lotions, and then we're done. Just a few more minutes, guys. Have to talk about the Lumino whitening strips. I think that's how you say the brand. It's supposed to be more natural than like Crest or something, and I don't understand why, but for some reason, this did such a better job of whitening my teeth and whitening them evenly than the Crest 3D white strips did. It's so weird because you would think the most like toxic ones are going to do the most for whitening, but for some reason the Crest ones would just like whiten certain like blotches on my teeth, and then they would be like blotchy, and then I'd have like spots that were discolored. It was so weird. Maybe that's just my teeth, because I've heard a lot of people say they love Crest, but that's the issue I had with them. And then on top of that, they made my teeth so sensitive, like painfully so. So I heard a lot of people saying positive things about this brand on TikTok and other people too, and I decided to check them out. And I used 3 of these, you guys, within like a few weeks, and my teeth looked so white. And it's been a while now, so they're a little bit like, they don't look as like crisp, but these really whiten my teeth, and I feel like I could use a few like every couple months and I would be good. Like that would keep up the whitening. Like I wouldn't need to use them consistently, and they didn't make my teeth sensitive, and they whitened them evenly, and they just did such a good job. So I will repurchase these. It's the best whitening product I've ever used so far. I haven't tried a ton of different things, but it's so much better than Crest in my opinion. The lotions that I have been using and loving, I have 2 here. These are my favorite. The EOS body lotion, specifically in the scent Vanilla Cashmere, but they have other scents too. The formula is really good, so if you want a different scent, check them out anyways, but I love this scent so much. And then also the Shea Moisture Chamomile and Argan Oil Baby Lotion. So they have a few different baby lotions in the Shea Moisture brand, but this one is the one that I really love. And I know it's a baby lotion, but the formula is so good. This is probably my favorite formula of lotion because it is so lightweight but so moisturizing, and it leaves your skin looking hydrated, but it doesn't leave a thick residue on your skin. It's truly the best. And this one has a really nice light, very subtle, like sweet cream, kind of vanilla type of scent. Highly recommend this. I think it's like so underrated, kind of random, but so good. And then the EOS one is also a really great formula as well. It's a little bit thicker, so a little bit more hydrating, but still not too heavy by any means. And the scent of this one, you guys, everyone who smells this drops dead. Not literally, but like seriously, this is so delectable and delicious. It smells like vanilla cupcakes with like vanilla cream cheese frosting. It's edible, like truly edible. Layers so well with like so many like gourmand scents, and it's so moisturizing and beautiful. And this one, I really love the formula as well, but I slightly prefer the Shea Moisture one, but because I love the scent of this one so much, they're like equal for me. Okay, you guys, that's it. That's all the products. I didn't expect this video to be so long. I was thinking I'll just quickly sit down and film some favorites, and then we've been here for like an hour, and it's a little ridiculous, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you want to see from me this year. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you hopefully in my next one. Bye.